Today is Monday. Here we go. Today is Monday, the 26th, and I'm just popping in to say hi because I know it's been a while since I've made a video. It's been, I think, almost a week since I made a video, but before that it was a while because I just got really busy. So some of what has happened in the last month or so for me. My sister turned 18. My brother had a baby. Don't get me started on that. He's not prepared to be a father for the second time. He wasn't prepared the first time, so I don't. Not gonna even talk about that. Um, he's my brother and I love him, but I hate him as a person. He's not. He's one of those people that is just not worthy to have kids. That is my view on it, and he knows that is my view on it. So if he lets either of those kids down, I'm gonna just like kill him. Pretty much. After that, I had spring break. Did nothing. Got my teeth fixed. See? Now they're straight. See this? How beautiful are they? $1,200. But still, they're just wonderful and I love them. I just can't stop smiling after that. Let's see. Then, what happened after that? I came back to school. Still don't like my math class at all. So, no. That's all I have to say about that math class. No. After that, I got a call back for the Ball State Singers audition, which is in about a month, and I found someone to help me prepare for it. I picked my songs. I'm so happy. That's like really exciting for me. I made the dean's list for the first semester. I doubt I will for the second semester because of this math class, because that's going to bring my grade point average down a lot, especially since I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a D in that class. I don't know what's going on with my hair today. It'll look a lot better like that. It all works out. So that's the sum up of what's happened lately. And, it's been awesome. So I wanted to talk today about a few different things. One is my TV addiction of certain shows that I have discovered or caught up on and am addicted to. One is a show that I intended to watch when it first came out and just never did. Like, I never found the time. I missed the first episode, and so I was like, oh, I'm never going to catch up now, and all. But, it is awesome, and it's called Are You There, Chelsea? And it's a series about the life of Chelsea Handler and her family and everything, and starting right after her mother dies, and it's pretty awesome. I've got to say, it's pretty awesome and very, very funny. And it's got the girl who played the ginger chick on that '70s show, whose name I cannot remember right now, even though I know it. But she's blonde now, and she's very funny. She's very funny, and I enjoy her performances because they are awesome. Sorry. So that's there, and it's awesome. I recommend you try it. It's on Hulu. You can see all 11 episodes on Hulu for free. The next show. Okay, so I was addicted to this show before because I was a very avid watcher, but I just, I got canceled, and I just forgot about half the storylines, and so one day someone posted a video of it on Facebook, and I started watching it, and I just kept watching and watching and watching until the end of the series. And it's As the World Turns, and it's a soap opera that got canceled about a year and a half ago. It was September of 2010, so about a year and a half ago. And it was so good, and I don't know why they canceled it. Like, it was such a good soap opera. I watched it for about 2 years, and it was a damn good soap opera. And it like broke records and shit. It really did. Like, it had the first on-screen gay kiss between two men on daytime TV. It did not have the first wedding, because even though I wanted Luke and Noah, who were the gay characters, I wanted them to get married so bad. But then at the end of the series, towards the end, about the last 6 months, they broke up, and Luke went with Noah's doctor, because Noah had gone blind and they had to get a neurosurgeon in there, and Luke fell in love with his doctor. And I have to say, that was a much more that was a healthier relationship, despite Dr. Reed Oliver's extreme distaste in relationships and unbearableness. You know, he's like one of those people that you have to grow accustomed to. Despite all that, he was amazing. It was an amazing performance. And he is a beautiful man, and it was a beautiful relationship, and the way it ended was awful, because he ended up dying. Because he got stuck on on train tracks and got hit by a train, and he died. And it was just, I was crying in my living room. He died, like, in the last 2 or 3 episodes, he died, and I was crying in my living room. Like, I was so upset. I was so upset. Because he was one of my favorite characters. And it was just really sad. So I recommend you look up that show, because I swear, like, just look up Luke and Noah or Luke and Reed on YouTube. Or look up Dr. Oliver Part 1. And just keep going. There's like 70 parts to it. They usually range about 5 minutes. So some are 14, 15, but most are like 5 to 8 or so. Because it's like episode by episode. So it depends on how much was in that episode of them. So I recommend that, because it is awesome. So that's all for TV addiction, because that's all I've been watching lately. Besides, like, What Would You Do? Just because What Would You Do is awesome, and it's always awesome. Like, no matter what the situation, it's kind of always awesome. I recommend it. And they deal a lot with gay issues. Like, they deal a lot with LGBT issues. One was, this week they had What Would You Do in an Anti-Gay Bridal Shop? Because they played out a situation where a woman found the dress, and the shop, the like saleswoman found out she was a lesbian and going to marry a woman, and would not sell her the dress. And a lot of people were getting a lot of upset about it, and like no one went to the girl's defense. Everybody went to the customer's defense, and it was actually really awesome. I was kind of surprised by it, actually, because I can't remember what state they did it in. I think it was in New York. So, but it was a beautiful episode. And they did a couple other situations, like, what would you do if you found a $50 bill on the ground with a receipt on it from the shop from the shop in front of it. You know, you found it in front of a shop with a receipt on it and all, with the $50 bill clipped together. Would you return it to the shop? Like, and it had someone's, like, name. It's like one of those ones that has, like, your name and your phone number and everything on it, because it's like one of those shops that take your phone number. And so it had all the information on it, so you could return it. But they're like, what would you do? Would you keep it? Or would you return it to the shop so that they could return it to the person? I love What Will You Do, because it really demonstrates these things. Just to warn you, this is going to be a long video, so if you're not already gone, just to warn you, it's probably going to be a long video, because I'm going to talk next about my friend's nonprofit agency, which is called Try Modern. And actually, it might only be about a 10-minute, 11-minute video, so it's probably not going to be that long. But anyway, my friend Tim from high school, whom I love. Sorry, I thought someone came in the door. I was like, what's going on? So, my friend Tim from high school, whom I love dearly, he has a nonprofit called Try Modern, and it is about not necessarily LGBT acceptance, but it's more about people learn from their culture who to hate type thing. Basically, like, his nonprofit's view on it is people don't decide to hurt LGBT people the second they decide gay is bad. They do it based on other issues. Like, they do it for other reasons because they have no other way of acting out their disapproval. And so through this nonprofit, he hopes to encourage people eventually to LGBT acceptance, I think. Like, that's how I view it, but he may have different ideas for it for the long term. But basically to express their hate in nonviolent ways. Because you can disagree with someone and you can bash somebody. Like, I bash homophobes all the time, but I don't hurt them. I don't physically hurt them. And so it's more about trying to defer physical violence than anything and trying to help people eventually reach acceptance. But for some people, that's just not going to happen, especially older generations. It's probably not going to happen. And I've accepted that. So that is his nonprofit, and I will link it down below because they have a YouTube channel. So I'll link their YouTube channel, which has links to everything else. And they have a recent video that has like the 5 worst things to say to an LGBT to people of the LGBT community. And like they're all true. They really are. Like, I've been told all these things. I really have. Like, one is, so who's the man and who's the woman in the relationship? Yeah, we're both women. So I don't know where you're going with that. Another one is, so when did you choose to be gay? Don't think I chose that. So you can disagree, but I did not choose it. So F you. So yeah, it's really awesome. And then there's like that whole stereotype about being bisexual, how if you're bisexual, you're just not coming out, which is not the truth. It is a legitimate sexual orientation. So educate yourselves, please. Oh, one last thing. I am doing a presentation on the Westboro Baptist Church in my religion and ecology class. Ecology is the study of how things impact the environment. How people impact their environment, basically. So it's about how religion impacts environment either in a negative or a positive way. Well, like the physical environment, like going green or whatever. So, I'm doing a presentation on them as my final, because that's your final in the class. And so I'm doing a presentation on them and their impact on the environment, mostly related to their travel issues. And I'm focusing on other radical groups, but they're going to be my main focus because there's a lot of information about them. So if you have any pictures from the protest of Westboro Baptist Church anywhere, like your personal photos, I would appreciate if you would Facebook them to me, please, or tag me in them on your Facebook. That would be great. If you don't want to, that's great, but I would appreciate any donations. Or any facts that you know, or any websites that you know would help me in my research, because I feel like this is a community problem. This is a global problem. Is these radical groups, because the Westboro Baptist Church, I found somewhere, travels over 200 days a year, and there are 75 of them or so, 70, 80 of them, and they travel over 200 times a year. So think about that when it comes to being green. Like, they don't just protest in their area. They protest around the nation. They've been, like, categorized as a hate group. So, I would appreciate any help on that, if you got it. And please check out Try Modern. I will link it below. Right down there. And please have a wonderful day, because the weather has been beautiful for weeks. I know it's a little cold out, but it's beautiful, and I hope that you enjoy the weather and you enjoy life. And I will see you on Wednesday. And I love you. Goodbye.